Okay, I'm excited to do this video because I've been sharing a lot about the journey of this process for me and for us. And I've done a lot of talking on my own videos, as everybody probably knows that watches it. The 10 people that watch me knows my emotions and the struggles I've been pretty vocal about sharing. And I wanted to sit with you guys to just see like how your guys' point of view is selling on that side, like passing that baton. Because for me, it's exciting, it's scary, there's a lot of things there. But I think a lot of people also were wondering like, oh, how does Clark and Mo feel about this? Like, what does that feel like for them to pass that? Or like you said today, it was great. Like, is that an end of an era? That's only the start of a new one. Mm-hmm. So like, I'm just curious to kind of hear your guys' point of view about this whole process so far.
All right, well, today it is official. We signed all the documents. They don't go into effect for 2 days, but the docs are there and the deal is done and everything. As far as that's concerned, it's real exciting to me. I mean, I've been running the company for 44 years, and so it's a bit of a...
Why don't you start how you got into it from the very beginning?
Oh.
Yeah.
Is this a history lesson?
Yes.
We can do a shortened version of it, but...
Telling the time, honey, not building a clock.
Okay, well... Okay,
sure,
well,
yeah,
I'll back up then. Okay. Should I start back in 1936?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay, this is kind of cute because 1936, my dad was 21 years old. He was a cashier at the Mutual Life Insurance Company of New York in downtown Los Angeles. And he saw the agents making commissions on sales. So he thought he would be an agent too. So he got an agent's license. In those days, if you wanted one, you just asked for it and they gave it to you, which is kind of cute. So he started selling life insurance, and that's how the company was formed. And after a little while, he found that if he couldn't make a life insurance sale, he would make a property and casualty sale. By that I mean people had insurance on their homes, fire insurance on the house, but they very rarely did they have it on their furniture. So he would go out and sell a 5-year prepaid fire insurance policy on furniture and personal property for $25 and make a $5 commission.
And so this is not a homeowner's...
Homeowners hadn't been invented yet. In those days, it was dwelling fire.
Okay.
Dwelling fire.
That's all it was, fire.
That's all it was. And that's how the agency got started. And from then forward to the 60s, my dad was the agent. He was agent for these various different insurance companies, all of which are defunct now. But he did it all. He sold the policy, he typed the policy, he billed the policy, he collected the money, he gave the money to the insurance company minus his commission. And if you had a claim, he processed the claim. He did it all. So it's a little bit different than it is right now. So you move it fast forward to 1968.
That was a very good year.
It was a nice year.
The year I was born.
What a year.
Funny, the year Monique was born happened to be, I was 21 years old.
Okay.
And I'm being released from active duty from the United States Marine Corps. And it was sort of, oh my gosh, what do I do now? I need a job.
Yeah.
And what do I do? So I went and saw my dad. So I thought maybe I could be an insurance salesman. He was an insurance salesman.
And you had no intention to go to college or get a degree to do something, like you had no real...
Oh, I went to college. I didn't like college. I dropped out of college and joined the Marines.
Oh, okay. Oh, that was prior, yeah. Okay.
Yes. My mother was not real happy with me.
Okay.
But God was looking out for me because the Marine Corps sent me to Vietnam. But God pulled me off the plane in Okinawa. So I spent my tour of duty in Okinawa, not in Vietnam, which my mother was very happy about.
I'm sure.
Anyway, I needed getting back to it. I needed a job. And so my dad decided to hire me at a great sum of $400 a month, which is, I'm sure, more than what I was worth, because I didn't know anything. And so the two of us started working together. I eventually got a license. I started selling insurance, and we spent the next 12 years together. We had a blast. It was really a fun time, my dad and I working together.
Yeah.
We butted heads occasionally as fathers and sons too.
Sure.
But for the most part, got along great. We sold, we built, we bought agencies, we did a lot of stuff. And then in October of 1979, he says, you know, son, I think I'd like to retire. And I go, oh, okay, fine, Dad. When? He says, January 1st. I go, January, like 2 months from now?
A little bit of a heads up.
So anyway, so we worked out a deal. We worked out a price. I borrowed the down payment from my local banker, which is a side issue because I started out at a point over prime, which I thought I was pretty hot stuff to get a commercial loan at point over prime. But then prime went up to like 19-20%, and it's just,
Oh man.
it was so much fun. Anyway, we paid it. So it took me 10 years to pay them off, and it was a quick 10 years.
Really?
So you're just starting this path.
Yeah.
I might tell you, it's over quicker than you think.
Yeah.
You look ahead and you say, "Good God, that's a long ways out." But
Right.
just one thing after the other. So
Yeah.
anyway, then we came on board. You came on board. Of course, this one came on board when she was 14 years old.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's true.
as
right.
a receptionist
As a
in
receptionist.
high school.
In high school. Yeah, and then
And that was before you came on
Oh
board?
yeah,
Yeah.
way before
Really?
I came. Yeah, she came
Okay.
in. What year was it?
If you were
I don't know the year.
14, you would have been like,
2005, I
14.
believe. Yeah.
mhm.
So, and then I came on after we got married in 2007.
okay.
So she
Yeah.
was receptionist. She grew with the company,
Uh-huh.
and yeah, when our bookkeeper decided to retire, you approached Sam and I and said, "Hey, do you guys want to job share the accounting department?" And both Sam and I said, "I guess."
Not really.
I mean, if we have to.
I think you approached me on job sharing.
Well, yeah, I said I'm not doing it by myself. So yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah, and then you met Taylor.
Yeah, I met Taylor in 2013,
13.
and then we.
What was he doing at the time?
Do you want to just tell it?
This is how we talk to each other.
Yeah,
all
this
the
is-
time, even while we were working.
This is how, these were our management
This is
meetings.
why-
A lot of-
When we shared an office, it was a lot of that.
Yeah.
No, we met at one of his shows. He was playing drums, and then he fell in love with me, obviously, and he couldn't resist. And so we had an excellent first date, and from there we were inseparable. And then he started working here, and we started working together, living together, having kids together, just everything together. So we were never not together.
Were you nervous when I came working here? Like that we were going to work together? Like
No.
was there something in your mind like, oh gosh, I got to like see this guy all day, every day?
No, because if I didn't want to see you, I would just shut my door.
That's true.
I think it was.
We had enough separation. to
Yeah,
be
I
honest.
think the scary part as a mother and a mother-in-law was, oh, I love him so much, but you don't know about insurance.
Right.
And when Clark approached me and said, hey, I'm thinking about.
I literally was the opposite.
Oh,
of-
I mean, he was in a band. He was traveling around the world. He worked at Guitar Center.
yeah.
And when Clark came up to me with the idea of maybe hiring Taylor, I said, oh, okay. Did you talk to Taylor about it? So, yeah. But Clark has a very good eye for business. He's been in business since he got out of since I was born, okay? And Jackson & Jackson has thrived under his leadership.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he is very good at the business side of things. I will say that I think I compliment you on the relationship side of things. There were
Yes.
many a time that I said, honey, perhaps we should not be working with that person anymore. And he said,
Right.
oh, no, let's just, let's just try it one
Because
more time.
he's a really nice guy.
He's a
so
nice
he
guy.
wants to give everybody a
nice guy.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
there's an expression in the business of being quick to hire and slow to fire.
you, that
Right.
was you.
That was me.
Yes.
I couldn't stand to fire anybody.
I know.
I wanted to give them more chance, more chance, more chance,
Yeah.
more chance,
I know.
and then finally, kapow.
Yeah.
So yeah,
But you did have the knack of like seeing those people that are like, oh, this guy is.
Oh yeah, no, I could see that more. And what the funny thing is people were more in our career here. People were more scared to get an email from me than they were to get an email from Clark because Clark was always the nice guy.
That's valid.
And
That
when
is
they
very
got
valid.
it's still valid to this
They
day.
usually got fired if it was.
Or some kind of reprimand.
Yes, but I
that-
didn't step in until there were like 17 chances,
Right.
and then I'm like, okay, that's it.
Yeah.
We're done with this. So I was the last resort.
Yeah.
So I was the mean.
You don't want to call in the Mo guns.
You don't want to hear, can we have a chat? From Mo.
My kids still don't want to hear that.
Like,
They're like,
oh,
nah.
no. Oh,
She
no.
says, we need to chat. I'm like, no, we do not.
Oh, gosh, what did I
It's a
do?
conversation. We can talk. We can do anything else, but we're not chatting.
When
that's
I
for
get
sure.
that, my brain like flashes back. Like, what did I
I
do?
know. I'm sorry. I'm not that scary. I'm actually very, very loving and friendly. So,
No, you are. You are
but
very loving.
about 3 years ago, when Clark semi-retired, he said, "You know, I think I'm because I don't know if you know this, but Clark and I have a little bit of an age difference. As you heard, you know,
No.
he started working for his dad the year I was born.
Right.
So he had been talking about this, and both of us knew that we wanted Taylor to take it over. We had watched you grow in the business. You were so hungry to learn everything you could about insurance. And let me just tell you, Sam and I did insurance school together, and
We
I'm
didn't-
shocked we passed.
We didn't do great.
No, we didn't, because it's not our thing.
No.
I mean, I
This
did
is
it.
not our path.
No, I did it because Clark asked me,
Sure.
and I wanted to support him. So
course.
100% I was willing to do that.
Yeah.
But both Clark and I watched you want to learn, and
like it.
yes,
It's weird.
yes.
I know. Weird.
You got your CIC
weird.
designation after a few years, and it was
Yeah.
like, Sam and I tried to get our CIC.
Yeah.
We made it to 3.
You did.
3 of the 5 classes, and then we're like, nah, I think I'm done.
Yeah.
So, and for Clark, I think that for him, his love and appreciation for you swelled when you wanted to learn more about insurance.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, insurance is the kind of business that you either love it or you don't.
Yeah.
And
I don't.
yeah, true. So,
And one of the common things is like there's nobody that really, as a young person, wants to be an insurance. You kind of fall into
Right.
it. From everybody I've talked to, it's like, well, my
Right.
parents had it, or
everybody.
they kind of
Yeah.
just stumbled into it, and now they're
Yeah.
in it.
And
you
I
know?
will say kudos to both of them, because Taylor came in gung-ho about wanting to modernize Jackson and Jackson, and because the joke about Clark and I about our computer systems and going paperless and all that is, Clark and I are back of the bus people, okay? We want everybody else to do it, and then if we're forced to, we'll go ahead and do it. So paperless, we are the most paper-filled paperless company I know.
That's the truth.
We're getting there.
But when Taylor started getting more responsibilities, he would come to us and say, "What do you guys think about this?" And
Yeah.
both Clark and I were like, "Okay, I guess."
How much does it cost?
Yep, that was the number one question. How much is this going to cost?
Right.
And it cost a pretty penny, but
Yeah.
you were so gung-ho and energetic about doing that. And I have to say, for Clark, kudos for him, because he is a very much I don't want to change things kind of guy, and he was willing to do it,
Oh yeah.
which was shocking
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah, because we would compare, like when I go to the conferences, like I'd compare
Yeah.
stories with other agents, and like it was always, I had an idea, but my dad never let me. He just shut me down. He just
Yes.
completely, nope, not gonna happen. And I was like, oh, I never really got that. There was
Yeah.
only a few times like Epic was like, which rightfully so now knowing
Yes.
the change and the cost and everything was like, oh, but like everything else was like, well, okay,
Yeah.
let's give it a try. Let's see,
Well.
you know?
I remember I was in charge of accounting.
Mm-hmm.
Because my college career I took accounting class. So
Okay.
For a
I-
semester.
yeah, but I passed anyway.
All right.
So Dad put me in charge of accounting, and I so wanted a adding machine with a tape. Okay, that was
People
what.
don't even know what that is now, honey.
I know
It's
people
basically
don't.
like
Calculator.
People don't even know what an adding machine is with a tape, but I wanted to do that so I could reconcile the accounts and so forth. And I asked my dad if we could maybe buy one of those, and he said, no. I went, shoot. So that's the experience where I said I'm not saying no
Yeah.
to new and innovative ideas.
Yeah.
So, you sort of reach back into your
Yeah.
thing. So I still remember that.
And I think, too, a very unique piece of a relationship we have here is that I have a very good relationship with you. And so if you had an idea, you'd always come to me first and say, Mo, I'm thinking about doing this. What do you think
Yeah.
Clark is going to say?
Clark's like,
They,
"What?"
they would gang up on me.
Yes, and then
they
I would go home and I go, honey, Taylor wants to talk to you about something
Let
and I
me warn
need you.
you.
Yes, I need you to be open-minded about this. He goes, well, can you give me a hint? And I said, okay. And I would give him a hint so that it was a little bit that I was able to soften the blow on both sides
Right.
and maybe pave the way a little bit. Because I could see where you were coming from.
Yeah.
But I also could see where Clark was coming from as well.
Yeah.
That we wanted, because I think one of the main points is for Jackson and Jackson, with everything so automated today, we never wanted to lose that small business feel, even
Right.
though we're spreading more. I mean,
Right.
we're licensed in almost 40 states, and that's a big deal.
Yeah.
But I didn't ever want it to become, oh my gosh, we call Jackson and Jackson, and all I get is press number 1 for this,
Right.
press number 2, or whatever. And we didn't
Right.
we didn't want that. And very thankfully, you're exactly that way. You are a people person,
Yeah.
and so is Clark. You both can BS your way out of anything. So both of you are really good at that.
Yeah.
So
There are some times, Clark, I will say, you'll have a full-on conversation with somebody, and then you'll be like, "Who was that?" And I was like, "What? That was impressive. I thought you knew that guy for years." You were like, "I don't know."
yes.
That's
Come
true.
in. Pause. What's up, Annie?
Fourth generation just showed up.
Yeah. we're,
What?
The game didn't, because you have to pay for it. I sent you a different game that you don't have to pay.
okay, Mom will check it.
Very true. 4th generation.
Yeah, she'll be the 4th for sure.
Yes. But
But, yeah.
I do think, fast forwarding to today. So today we signed
Yeah.
all the papers, and Clark signed away all his shares to the company, and Taylor signed to receive those shares. Clark has been in the retirement mode, I think, for the last 3 to 5 years. He's been ready for that. I'm 56, and so when we said, I think we're going to sell it to Taylor, I was a little.
Could you try again?
Yeah, I was a little. I'm a little weirded out. I'm not struggling, but maybe it's.
Well, let me jump in there just a little bit, because you asked early on, well, how do I feel about the transition and all of that stuff, because I've been in the business for so long.
Right.
I think when I came in and joined the company back 56 years ago, I didn't know anything about insurance. I didn't know anything about accounting. I knew nothing about HR. I knew nothing. I could field strip an M14 rifle blindfolded, but that was about it.
Yeah.
So I came into the business and I liked it, and it was fun, and I enjoyed it. And as a result, I prospered. Don't want to sound egotistical, but it provided a wonderful life for me and my family.
Right.
Provided us with a home and vacations and things and everything. It provided me with a career, and as a career opportunity. And I saw the same thing as an opportunity for you, because we're very similar. I mean, I was a Marine, you were a musician. Two different things, but they were both completely.
They both started with M.
So
They
similar.
both were started with an M, and we didn't know anything about business.
Right. And it really wasn't
And-
providing
and-
a job or
and
anything afterwards.
Neither one of
so-
us went to college, but
Right.
we needed something to go forward. So
Yeah.
so I could see that with you. And so for me, the transition is exciting because I want to see, and we're not selling a book of business
Right.
to one of these giant brokers
Right.
and getting a big fat check,
Which you easily could have.
which
but, yeah.
all my friends did.
Yeah.
No, we're selling the company.
Right.
Lock, stock, and barrel.
Right.
Everything, including this really cool table. You know.
Yeah.
Everything that goes along with it, and so it's going to be exciting for me to see you take the company to the next level,
Yeah.
because it's just, when I took over from my dad, we grew, and he just couldn't believe it.
Right.
And I think you're going to see it grow, and I can't believe that either. God, really,
Yeah.
you know, that sort of thing. So
Yeah.
anyway, as far as I'm concerned, it's real exciting.
Yeah.
It's you know, there's a certain thing. I've been doing this for forever.
Right.
I mean, I surely hate giving up my company credit card.
Me too.
all of that, and
Yeah.
and you know, there's certain perks from enjoying the business. So,
Yeah.
but you know, that being said, you know, there's a lot of responsibility. As I mentioned to you at lunch today, you're running the company. It's your responsibility. If the company fails, it's on you.
Right.
And if a company fails, all of your employees lose their jobs.
Right.
If the company fails, you know, I don't know what the
Yeah.
hell you're going to do.
Right.
Yeah, but actually, when you keep asking, like, what are you going to do? What everyone asks, what are you guys going to do with your time? I'm like, they're already doing it.
That's
This
that's
is not
true.
new.
That's true.
They've already been not working. They've already been spending their time doing the things they like doing. So I'm like, nothing's really changing. It's just
No.
a signature.
But it's the
And
it's the
Psy-
mindset.
Psychologically getting away
Right.
from it.
It's the
Right.
passing of the baton. But I'm like, nothing's really going to change.
with like your scheduling or anything,
Right.
it might not. Yeah.
Your
Yeah.
physical schedule is not going to change. Your logistically, everything is remaining the same. Now you're just signing the paper, and you have to wrap your head around signing the paper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's different because there's a lot of guys like your age that are still producing, and it's like, and then all of a sudden one day you just stop. I could see that. It's like, oh man, my life just changed.
Yeah.
You kind of
I-
very smartly backed out early
I-
on.
He's
I
been
use them.
preparing for this for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's because he sees the gift that you have for this. And I'm not gonna lie, you came to us a couple of times
Yeah.
and said, I remember
I was
at
going to
lunch
bring that up,
that you were like, I can't do it.
right?
Mo, I can't.
Yeah.
And I said, okay,
Yeah.
it's okay. You know what? If you weren't worried about it, we'd be like,
Yeah.
you know. But and you were real honest with us,
Right.
Yeah,
and
but behind the scenes, that would be weeks of him
yeah,
agonizing. Sam, I don't know if
Yeah.
I can do this. I'm like, then
Then-
you gotta talk to them. Why are you
Yeah, that
telling
was
me?
her.
Yeah.
Then just talk to them.
'Cause you
Like,
gotta
I know,
talk
but I
to
don't want to
them.
make any rash decisions. I don't know. I'm scared.
No, but I always just
But
said,
yeah.
go talk to them. Everything he says to me, I don't know, but anything it is, anything that he agonizes over for weeks. I'm like, do you know who you need to talk to? Because I know who you need to talk to, and
Yeah.
it's my parents. And he's
Yeah.
like, yeah, I should do that.
apparently it's that scary thing that we're scary.
You'd have to
still,
go have
or
a
whatever.
chat.
Go have
Well,
a chat with us.
It's a huge obligation. That's everything
it
else.
is, but also really, really exciting.
Yeah.
And I think also for us, we have watched you grow so much in the 10 years that we've known you that we know you can do it. And I know a lot of times it's harder to see success in yourself than it is to see in somebody else. And of course,
Yeah.
you're our kid, so yes, we're going to want you to succeed and want things for you to be the best, and we want you guys to soar higher than we ever did. That's what it's supposed to be,
Right.
being parents, you know.
Yeah.
So that's really exciting for us. But I am glad you shared that you were scared about it or that you maybe couldn't do it. But yeah, it is. It's weird. And it's not even the closing of an era. It's just
No.
a new chapter in this
No.
story.
It's
you
the
know? We're-
beginning of a new era. That's
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that, and yeah, I'm still weirded out a little bit. I really
Yeah,
am. I know my schedule
I
is
am
not going
too.
to be different, but
Yeah.
it's because I know your mindset has been when something goes wrong or something happens, it's always like, I'm going to go talk to Clark.
I kind of have a fail-safe.
Yeah, I got to go talk to Mo,
Yeah.
which you still do.
Sure.
We're always going to be here for you.
Right.
I'm not going to give you any money, but I'm still here for you, Clark.
But there was those times, I'd be like,
yeah.
I don't know what to do, Clark. Can you bail us out, or can you do this or that? You know.
And of
So-
course, I'm just kidding.
No,
we'll
I
always
know.
be here for that. But
Yeah.
it's really exciting, I think, for Sam and I to watch our guys go through this together, because Sam and I have a very close relationship.
Yeah.
And that we
so-
don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
We don't have to be part of it.
Oh, you
we don't
guys,
have to
it
be.
was- oh.
We don't have to sit in
Sweat
this room
bullets.
and sweat it out every day and try to figure it out.
Yes.
Because
What did you say about
It's
my
bill time.
email noise?
Oh yeah.
oh yeah, his email.
She
I mean,
would
it
have
goes
anxiety.
up all day, and I'm like, oh, PTSD from that sound, because I just would have to deal with whatever came into my inbox, and I was dealing with the stuff that was like
Past
time
due.
sensitive and
You
here,
owe
Sam,
this.
you owe this much money. I'm like, I don't know what you think I'm gonna do about that, but okay. And
Yeah.
I just,
Oh, there were very
Stress.
many yucky
But-
days.
he's already made it 10 times cleaner than when we were here. So I'm like, firing me was the best thing you ever did for me, so I don't have to mess up your stuff anymore.
Well, that's good, because a lot of people, when I said that, they're like,
Yeah,
"How is it at home?" Like,
No, thank goodness you
fired your mother-in-law too.
I still work here until Wednesday, okay?
You're not coming into the office until Wednesday.
No, but if I don't do my work, they don't get paid.
No.
You did the last payroll.
I did it
She
ahead
did
of
it already.
schedule.
So
you don't
come
have to
until-
work.
No, I don't. I'm done.
You're
I'm actually done. Okay.
Officially retired.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
both Taylor and Clark have lunches that they do once a week.
Yeah.
And at one of these lunches, they decided that Sam and I would no longer be running the entire accounting department.
Thank God.
Yeah. So Sam took it way better than me because
So much pressure off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
know. That
was
hot.
weirded out by I'm weirded out by everything
It's okay.
because it wasn't my decision.
Right.
We're gonna have to just get over it.
Yeah, that was something I was really scared of.
We can hang out more.
Yeah.
Well, no, that was a good thing. Most of the things you've come up with are great.
Yeah, thank you.
You know,
No, it's true.
I mean, you don't have
Thank you.
Josh and company
Yeah,
doing it. They're terrific,
yeah, they've been.
and they helped us so much
Aren't they?
in this.
terrific?
They are.
Well, they helped us so much in this transition.
Yeah,
So that
they
you-
really did.
You could feel comfortable with the numbers. I could feel comfortable
Yep.
with the numbers. We could put it all together. They put together the schedules, the payment schedules, the ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
They,
Not sponsored.
So they.
No, but you're right. Yeah, we kind of told them, hey, we want this to be around here, and they
This
kind
is what
of.
we're doing. This is the formula that we're worked out. And,
Yeah,
this is it. So you back the numbers into it. This is the amount, the payment he wants. So
okay.
this is the payment. This is the amount. This is the interest.
right.
So figure out the years,
Yeah, exactly.
back into it.
Right.
And they did. So
Yeah.
those things were great. They were great help in the transition. So
Totally.
I think both you and I can feel comfortable
Yeah.
in the agreement that we've come to.
Right.
That it's fair and
Yeah.
good for all parties, and we're all comfortable with it, and nobody's screwing anybody. And,
Right.
That sort of thing. So,
Yeah.
So I also think that one of the maybe good things, maybe bad things, is working with family, because I truly believe that it's really hard.
It can be,
really
yeah.
it can be really hard because you have to be able to separate business and family.
Right.
Which, if something goes sideways in the business, that has to affect the family relationship and
Right.
vice versa. And I will say that this whole thing with the whole Sam and I not doing the accounting thing, I think that was one of the very few times that was real explosive and really not a good time, because I know that you were feeling some things, and Clark and I, as the owners, were not doing things the way you thought you would be doing it as an owner, and it came out in an angry way one evening at their house. Okay, so that was
She held it in. He held it in.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
said, everybody talk to each other. And then I
No, you're-
backed
Sam and Clark were like this in the room, and
Whoa!
What's
Taylor
going on?
and I were, but I say that
Yeah.
because I feel that is extremely healthy as well.
Yeah.
Because if you're not honest, then you can't hear the other side of the story, you know, or where the other person is coming from. And sometimes it takes some loud talking. It's the first time and last time ever that Taylor has raised his voice to me and said a bad word. Okay, so he's never done that.
No.
He hasn't done it since, but I know the minute it came out of his mouth, because I was like, I am going to kill somebody right now. And he was like, "Gah!"
What did I just do?
No, but it
Yeah.
was okay
Yeah.
because we worked through it.
Right.
And that's
I don't
That's
recommend
what-
holding it in though, because
No, I
that's
don't
what it
either.
happened. It could have probably been just an easier conversation versus
True.
that, but
100%.
Yeah.
But that's how you learn.
I know.
Okay, and that's how you. And now Taylor's going to be working with no family. So there you go. You did the hard part first.
yeah,
So, but
it is hard
It is. It's
managing those different hats. Even with Sam and I, there was times there'd be like, well, shoot, I got to say things about accounting. That's maybe falling behind, but this is work thing, not.
Listen, I own
You
my
know,
shit.
yeah.
Stuff.
Oh.
I own my stuff.
This is a family-friendly
It's
show.
a family podcast. I own my stuff.
I know.
Believe me, I am way more suited to be a preschool
Yeah.
teacher. And us sitting in the same office all the time, she would do something and then I would just like not look at her for a while because she would annoy me. And we would just have to like, we've
You
always
guys
had
are
a
very-
direct line of sight to each other, so I had to like scoot a little bit so I wouldn't have to look at her in the eyes.
That's true,
And
there
then
was
20
those
minutes
times.
later I'd be like, can we be friends again? Because this is kind of sucky and I don't want to do this anymore. And
Yeah.
then she'd be like, no, yeah, we should definitely be friends again.
Yeah, and what's for lunch?
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
for lunch.
no, and it was hard
Yeah.
too though because you were trying to take over, but I was the boss still.
Right.
And
Oh, listen to this.
it's Victor. Okay. Victor will leave you in. Wow. That was the
That
loudest
is-
thing ever.
Did you hear it?
No wonder.
Well, I thought it was going right into my
No,
ear.
it was blaring
No
off your
wonder
phone
he
too.
was like not. He wasn't.
I was trying to be
Wait, did you-
nonchalant.
But
Not
No, it was loud.
Okay.
real
trying
loud,
to be
honey.
nonchalant. It was out here.
You
not
were
in your
chalanting
ear.
all over the place, honey.
All right, all right.
Real loud.
Okay.
But because in the last year as
Yeah.
well, it was a weird time as well because we still own it, so we still made the decisions, but we promoted Taylor to president.
Yeah.
So he was trying to run things and say things, but I'm like, listen, I still own it, so
Right.
shush. But again, communication is
Key.
everything.
Yeah.
Because we 99.5% of the time would be like, yeah, but then there'd be
Right.
the one times Clark and I would look at each other and go, we still own it. So, okay. But anyway, so that was hard.
You know, it is. I
It's-
think
It's just hard.
yeah.
But I think we did great.
I think so,
I
too.
really do.
Yeah.
You know, and well, I mean, you still have some people who are very close, like family to you. So
Right.
you've known firsthand that that's kind of tough sometimes.
It is. It's hard to draw that line sometimes to say, oh, this is work talk, this is family. And I talked about it a lot. It was like, even with Sam, it'd be like, the kids were here in the office, so I had to be like dad, and then Sam would be like, hey, did you pay this bill? So now I'm being like husband, and then somebody in the office would be like, hey, Taylor, I need help with this. And I'm like, now I got to put
Yeah.
my, like, so many different hats. I was like, I don't know if I
Welcome to
can.
motherhood.
I
Yes.
know. I know. I struggled with it because I was like, I can't be dad, husband, insurance producer, manage. It was just hard to balance it all.
Yeah.
So it was a blessing that you guys let us have the kids here, but it was also really,
Yeah.
it was tough
Yeah.
to focus.
The older they got, yeah,
The
Yeah,
many hats of
of females.
moms.
that's true.
Yeah.
That
Just
is
females
a
in
mom
general.
thing.
It's just a general, generally, it's tougher for you to multitask than it is for me to. So
Yeah.
you've gotten a lot better at that, though.
Oh, thanks. I'm trying.
Not always. Not always. I
No,
should
no,
say,
no,
but
not-
most of the time, especially here, you can manage your
Yeah.
jobs you have to do.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
that's all I got.
Well, since we signed up the deal, I do have one final question.
Okay, here.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Can I keep the shirt?
That's the old logo. Of course you can.
Oh, this is my logo. I forgot. If it was one of the new ones.
Oh, that's cool.
Which was another thing. That
Yeah.
was because as you grow, you're thinking about changing the name.
I know.
You change the
And that was
logo
scary
and
to
the
even
colors.
mention too.
Yes, because
This was again one of those moments where
Yep.
it's like,
Yeah.
I don't think I could say anything. I'm like, if you don't go talk to my parents about
I
this,
know.
you've agonized for 4 weeks. Please go talk to them.
Yeah.
And then what did they
you came
say?
to me?
What did they
Oh,
say?
sure.
Yeah.
That is a great idea.
Because he chose green for in it.
I
I was
did.
like,
I
hey, we
did.
got this.
See.
So, but yeah, it's
Because that's what I tried to do with that logo was like still keep Clark's original design look.
I love that.
Incorporate Mo's green and then like still make it like
Yes.
newer.
Now we're out. You can do whatever you want. There's not even going to be any J's in it anymore.
Ava asked me on the way out of the lawyer's office. So, Dad, is it going to be G and G now? I was like, no, and he probably not.
So sweet.
Oh, that's cute.
Ava wants to be that
She
second
can be the
G.
G. It's not going to be me.
She's going to be the G.
I know.
Ava G and Taylor G.
Yeah, she was in all the pictures. She's like, can I get in on this? You
Not
know.
yeah.
foreshadowing.
Yeah, she's going to be your PR girl.
I know.
Ashton was like,
No.
No,
She-
he's you.
She was like,
Ashton's like, no, thank you for asking.
yeah. Well,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Well,
No,
Taylor,
this has been a journey.
Clark and I.
Don't.
Let her finish.
No, I know what's gonna happen. See?
She's starting to tear up.
Yeah.
We proudly put the company in your hands. You're going to do great. And I have watched Clark excel in this and love it and grow in the almost 20 years we've been married. And we have been through some of the hardest times with your health and with the finances of the company,
COVID.
with COVID.
Yeah.
You know, where we thought we might have to close the doors and we didn't.
Yeah.
And now watching you take over and you are going to do even better and greater things than even Clark did.
No question about that.
We're very, very proud of you. Very proud of you.
Thank
and
you.
Look forward to being invited to some of the parties still as the old people and
Yes.
but
We should
I'm
be-
actually very proud of both of you. You both are
Oh,
Yeah.
men of integrity and I'm very blessed. We're very blessed to have you in our lives. So
thank you, honey.
Yeah. Thank
Well, it's fun. I'm looking forward to the next generation in this company,
you. Yeah.
and you're going to take it far.
Thank you.
You know.
Yeah, it means a lot.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. I just love the fact that we're going to move it on.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, instead of cannibalizing it
Right.
and selling it off piece by piece.
Right. Yeah, and the people here don't get to feel a change really, you know. Well, I did tell them I'm going to be a little more strict, but for the most part,
It's gonna get worse before it gets better.
well,
around your
only
people.
because
Well-
like, hey guys, like we got to kick it into gear, you know.
Well, I had
In
friends
a
that
good
sold
way.
their, and first thing the buyer came in is fire all the employees.
Right.
I mean, that was just carte blanche. That's what they did. Fire. Now, if you want your job, you have to reapply.
Yeah.
You know, and I had one of their 10-year employees of one of the companies called me and asked me for a recommendation letter to her new boss.
Oh, really?
Unbelievable.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Barbara. Bertie.
Yeah, that's
Unbelievable.
I know.
You know, unbelievable
Yeah.
stuff. So,
And that's what I've shared with the whole team. I was like, hey, like this is gonna be a little bit of a shift, but for the last year, it's gonna basically do what we're doing already. You know.
nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been around,
Right.
you know.
I know. And in the last couple sales or the monthly meetings, I'm like, Clark, you want to like anything to chime in? Like, I want him to feel like he's a part of it. And he's like, no, I'm just here
I
to.
got nothing. I'm just sort of listening, see what's going on.
Yeah. And we had a great December. Like you said, it was like
Holy
record
smokes.
for the
Record
company.
sales for December.
Yeah.
I really feel like Sam and I don't even have to be here because
what
we
are
used
we
to. I
doing?
mean, literally
Record
used
sales.
to- Okay.
The reality is,
Yeah, they're the same
once
person.
they start talking, first of all, it's loud, and second
Yeah.
of all, they don't stop. So we're just like,
Moonwalk out of here.
Yeah, we're gonna
bye.
move
See you. Have a good conversation. We'll see you in 2 hours.
Okay.
But
Well, I just want to thank you guys.
No, not you too.
oh my God.
No, I wouldn't be here without you guys. When I came into to the family. I was a little broken. I was limping a little with debt and stuff, and it was like immediate feeling of like family. It was just, hey, let's help you get on the right track. And I still tell Sam, I'm like, she'll say nowadays, she'll be like, you sound just like Pop. And I'm like, well, he did kind of teach me everything that I know right now, like about our finances. I'm like, you say it like it's a bad thing. But no, I just, the last couple of years, like even, who was it mentioned the other day? And we were up at the family in Fresno, and it was like, oh, so you're going to start doing what Clark's doing now? And I'm like, no, like he's already done that. Like, and you did a really great job of taking me under and teaching me it all the way up until now. Where I feel like now it's like the last parts of it were the accounting and the finances and taxes. Oh my gosh, what is this? Like
Taxes.
But that was the last piece of it. And I think this last year, that was hiring Josh and stuff, that got me just deep in the water of accounting. And I was like, oh gosh, I got to learn this part. Now
Sure.
I feel like, wow, like, okay, I can now feel a little bit of all aspects of it. And I think both of you did a really great job of not only parenting me, because I know my parents are in a tough spot, and so being there for, like, as my mom and dad was, it's huge.
Ew.
And yeah, I just thank you guys for everything, honestly. And I tell my sister that, and I told my sister, my dad's thing growing up was, big day tomorrow. And now I tend to say that for the kids, like, it'll be nothing, and I'll just say, big day tomorrow. Why, Dad? Well, we got school. I don't know, like just. And then so I was talking to my sister this week of today what we were doing, and she texted me this morning, big day tomorrow or big day today, and it was just really cool. And so yeah, I'm just very grateful for both of you, and you too for putting up with my long hours or not texting or
Allowing you to fall in love with her.
yeah.
Isn't that
Well,
nice of her?
that's very
Yeah,
nice.
she
So
did.
nice of me.
And I try to tell her now, like she always says, I'm not a part of this, I'm not a part of this. But
are,
but you kind of are, and you don't ever feel like you have to be here physically, but you are a part of it.
I don't, but I'll be part of it from home or from.
Yeah. And
wherever
I might come to
need
you and
be.
say, I need help with Christmas gifts or party favors
Oh,
or
I already know. I can handle that stuff.
yeah, you and maybe I'll recruit both of you guys to help with
Oh,
those
these
stuff.
are party girls.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could throw a party, no problem. Just don't ask us to pay bills here. And
All right. Well, thank you guys.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay.
And that's a wrap.